Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. First of all, sorry about how sloppy that last video was, especially towards the end. It just turned out being a lot more contorted than I really meant it to be. Secondly, apologies for the big long delay. I guess just the Christmas month is just crazy. Well, it was crazy for me anyway, what with work and just it generally being a busy time of the year. And also just the fact that I'm in a relationship at the moment, so my free time tends to go towards that. So
why are you here?
This is the asshole you've all been waiting for, by the way.
Maester Kinnock summoned us then, ordered us to deal with the traitors.
And you just said, sure thing, Elmer Fudd.
You will fight us?
The temple's orders are law. Even if you are Lord Braska's flesh and blood, you're a traitor.
His guardians, I don't see them.
Maroda and Passe are not here.
They must have been like, you're an idiot.
I will do this unhappy deed myself. Forgive me, Lady Yuna.
Thing is with Lady Yuna is she probably would forgive him and all. Like, compared to anyone else who'd just be like, you're a dick, no way. She actually would go ahead and would actually go ahead and forgive him. So this is one of those battles which I must say I really like, these Aeon battles that they kind of throw in here every now and then, because they just really break up the flow of the game, and they just kind of,
Your Aeons against mine.
they just make it somewhat special. There's something about it. Now I could summon Shiva to go ahead and use like fight him with some like ice type crap, but to be honest, I prefer to like, the thing is, I prefer to like go ahead and summon Bahamut. Basically what he's going to do is he's going to use Ifrit, and then he's going to use like, I think Valfor, and then he's going to use Bahamut, and Bahamut is like the most challenging one. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure you can't even summon Bahamut against Bahamut, so we might as well summon him now and make use of him, rather than like waiting and then not being able to use him at all. So that's what I would say anyway. We get this big long cool animation, even though, I don't know, Bahamut has never been like my favorite Aeon. I was on Team Alexander in Final Fantasy IX, without a doubt. So we might as well just go ahead and attack him. I could have used Grand Summon, I guess. What Yuna's like, do you know what, I don't know why I didn't go ahead and use Grand Summon. Here, he's going to use Hellfire. He's just going to use his Overdrive right there and then. Probably kill me in one hit. This battle can be a bit of a challenge. There are quite a couple of tricky, quite a couple of tricky boss battles coming up in this area. I hope this doesn't just kill me outright. If this kills me outright, I'm going to go ahead and start the video all over again. But you know what, I might like, oh no, he didn't kill me, see, that's good. And I'm going to go ahead and get my Overdrive up and probably just kill him with Mega Flare. Yeah, because no way is he going to be able to kill me with Fire. But yeah, I'm definitely a Team Alexander. I'm Team Alexander when it comes to Final Fantasy IX. That was kind of a waste, I guess, really, wasn't it? To go ahead and use that. Well, do you know what I might do? I might go ahead and Grand Summon Bahamut the second time, just to be able to use Mega Flare on Valfor when he uses it. Overkill, of course. I just think like Bahamut is just like this big monster thing that's really powerful. And whatever it is, like sorry, whatever it is, like those kind of like characters have never like been of interest to me. Like I've never been interested in those kind of like big monster characters that are really powerful. Whereas, like, Alexander, like, stands for something. Like, Alexander stands for, like, justice and doing what's right and protecting your friends and things like that. And, like, protecting people. That's, like, something that's really powerful about it. Oh, look, you can see what their overdrives are. See, I'm waiting. I don't think I'll use the Grand Summon on Bahamut, because what I'd like to do is just go ahead and Grand Summon Shiva when he's going to do Bahamut. I do Ixion, my favourite. But the thing is, even at that, Bahamut might take out Shiva. Like, this is a battle that can be a bit of a stumbling block if you don't know what you're doing. The next boss battle, again, there's like a way to cheese it, and the boss battle after that, there's a way to cheese it as well. Like, that's the thing with like this game, is like every boss battle seems to be quite challenging, but once you find a way to cheese it, then like you're home free and it just becomes a bit of a joke. Do I might as well just go and attack him. Go on, hit me, Valfor. So he used a Grand Summon there, or he used Grand Summon is what he did. I don't know what that thing means. I just noticed there was like this little pink line like moving slightly over on the left hand side. Ooh, that's the good thing about Ixion, is just that good evasion, because like your overdrive, like if they miss you, not only does it like avoid doing damage to you, but like your overdrive meter goes up by a whole load. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and defend, I guess. Or shield. Can I shield? Yeah, I can shield. I'm going to go ahead and shield on this turn, because he's totally going to use Energy Ray or one of those things. Yeah, there we go. And this isn't like the last time we'll see these Aeon battles as well. Like, we'll get 74 damage. Might as well use Aero Spark just because it looks cool. We'll get to see these Aeon battles at other points during the game as well, and they're just really fun. It's just, they're just like a really, as I say, like a really good way to make, like, just to really like show how powerful Yuna can be, because you don't really get to do that otherwise. I wonder how much HP he has left, by the way. He can't have that much left, surely, can he? I'm kind of afraid of him killing me. Especially if he's using that Sonic Wings thing, because that'll, like, delay my turn. You know what, I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go ahead and use Thor's Hammer. Again, Ixion, my favorite, well, one of my favorite Aeons in the game. I just love that design. It's just so cool. And it's a shame that, like, one way I think it's great that this game came up with its own, some of its own Aeons, like Valfor and like Ixion and things like that, rather than just going for only the classics. Like, you have a couple of the classics, like you have Bahamut, Shiva and Ifrit, which they're pretty much like, along with like things like Ramu, are pretty much as classic as you can get. But I think it's cool that they went ahead and put in some like new ones. I think though it would have been nice if like that had been represented in like other Final Fantasy games as well, because you just don't see Valfor and Ixion and things ever again. Well, there's like Ixion the hunt in is it a hunt or is it a rare game in Final Fantasy 12? But it's pretty much like the thing is, like in Final Fantasy 12, a lot of the hunts and rare games, they have like these names, like they have like these really like
I cannot let you pass.
Shut up, Isaaru. I'm not even talking about you anymore. That's how like that's how interested I am in you at this stage. But so now we're going to use Grand Summon, which basically what that'll do is means Shiva starts with a full overdrive, which means we're just going to be able to use Diamond Dust right off the bat. But yeah, like in Final Fantasy 12, they give the hunts and stuff like these big time names, like from classic Final Fantasy games and stuff. Like a load of them are like bosses or like scary enemies or like summons and things like that from classic Final Fantasy, and and then like they're just like these regular monsters. Like, well, no, they're not regular monsters, they're scary monsters, but they're like they don't generally have like their own unique sprite. It'll be like a color palette of one of like the several, or like a redesign of one of the several base monster designs that there are in that game. Kind of like the same, well, I don't know, I was going to say like the same way they did. Look, he's just taking it. You see that? He's just standing there with his arms crossed, thinking he's the man, and look, that he's still doing it. That didn't kill him, but we'll see how we can go about this. Oh look, he's down to like low health already. Might as well go ahead with Heavenly Strike, because that delays movement as well. Immune, does that mean he's immune to it delaying his movement? Surely it doesn't, does it? Yeah, it does, okay. Well then what a jip, so. We're still going to kill him, I guess. He's just going to keep boosting is what he does. Okay, so let's see if I can like, if I can shield, even though I'm pretty sure Mega Flare won't, I'm pretty sure Mega Flare will go through the shield. I don't think the shield will actually have an effect. Which I was going to say, like, oh, those, like Final Fantasy 12 and this game, they have like color palette swaps of like several basic enemies, but then that's like the same way it is in every Final Fantasy game. Like since Final Fantasy 1, you've had like a couple of types of enemies, and then they just kind of like do different color swaps on them and stuff. Like the first thing that I remember, the first Final Fantasy game that I ever played was Final Fantasy 4, and I don't think I'm like alone in saying that. I'm pretty sure, oh god, that did like jack shit. Shielding really is like the key to it, isn't it? I suppose I could go ahead and use a Blizzara, couldn't I? You can use Blizzara on yourself to heal yourself as well. It's the same with like, oh, that's doing way more damage. I should be doing that. It's the same with like Ixion. You can use Thundara on yourself to heal yourself, because obviously you absorb lightning energy. Oh, overkill. Jeez, Isaaru didn't put up much of a fight, did he? Well, he did, it's just that, like, if you know how to strategize, well, not strategize, if you know how to pay attention to what's going on, then it's not that difficult. But yeah, the first Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy 4, and I remember I kind of loved that. Like, I loved how, like, the different enemy designs. That was one of the things that got me to fall in love with the series, is just, like, the various monsters that are in it, because you gotta love monsters and creatures and things.
There's a way to the surface up ahead.
Thank you, Isaaru-san. Domo arigato, Mr. Asshole.
Your pilgrimage is over.
Whoa. Poor Isaaru is just there in the fetal position on the ground. We got a sphere level. Oh my god, I need to learn Reflect. I hope I did. Oh, now we're these guys. The water babies. I don't want to buy anything. Is this like a shop? How crazy. Well, as long as I have a couple of Phoenix Downs, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. This is pretty much a boring sort of a water area where they play the same music that they play in all of those water areas over and over again. We've got a couple of new enemies though, which are worthwhile having a look at. So what I might do, actually, I'd better change from the Brotherhood, because that's like water. That's like a water style sword. Initiative, what does that even do? I guess I'll change to like warrior sword. The thing is, like, the Brotherhood is water elemental, so whatever you use with it is going to, if you attack these guys, it's not going to do as much damage. Come on, I might as well like use a lightning marble on these clowns. That's what they're there for. Even though it didn't do that much. Do I have like an electric ball for Waka? I totally don't. It's like the one that I don't have. I'll just switch to the switch hitter. I suppose I could have been better prepared for this and not had like a load of my characters be equipped with water dealing damage. These dragon scales are actually really handy though, because what those dragon scales will do is they're good for like use mixes as well. And then like basically what you're looking at is making sure that you keep people's health up by using the Albed potions is probably the best way to go about it. And then stealing. So I'm actually going to steal from this guy as well. I can always use an Albed potion the next turn. I suppose I should have ended the video. I don't know why I didn't. I think I hit this guy already as well, so I'm going to concentrate on him. It's just nice, speaking of like palette swaps or whatever, it's nice to see some like new enemy designs, because there was Remoras, those like sharks with the horns or whatever. You don't really see them anywhere else, like these Sahagins or whatever. You see them everywhere. You see green ones and pink ones or whatever. You can pretty much take them out quite quickly, but it's cool to see those like sharks with the horns, because they're just a cool enemy design. Make you feel scared. I should really have stopped the video, I guess, but here we are now. I think I've made you guys wait for so long that I might as well just like... Aren't there treasure chests down here though? I'm like getting kind of like worried that I'm missing out on something. I have treasure chest FOMO. I don't think I'm going to have an issue with treasure chests. I mean, that's the thing, you always like psych yourself out by saying like, oh no, I can't miss anything. And then like, for some reason, every time you play the game, you don't miss the thing. So I don't know why you psych yourself out so much. But then you have to ask yourself, if you didn't psych yourself up about it, maybe you actually would miss it, you know? Those fireflies are up to something. This is like Close Encounters of the Third Kind or something. And here's a really cool like idea where, do you know the way we like basically took out Evray, who's like the guardian dragon of Bavel? Well, Evray pretty much fell down here into this sewer, but now even Evray is unsent, so it's bad enough like the keepers of Bavel and the all the maesters or whatever are undead. Now the guardian creature is undead as well. The secret to this guy is that since he's undead, you can just... No, I didn't mean to do that. You can just fuck it off and miss by using a Phoenix Down. What you can do is you can like open these locks, but there's no point in doing that. Because the easiest thing to actually do is to just go ahead and use a Phoenix Down on it. And that'll just go ahead and do a fuck ton of damage. So now another one should take it out. And seems like, what else are we using these Phoenix Downs for anyway, so... And that'll go ahead and overkill it, so there's a pretty easy... Again, a boss battle that if you know how to cheese it, really not that big of a challenge. To be honest, I don't even know anyone... Like, I don't even know anyone who does that boss battle the legitimate way anymore. I don't think anyone does. Because there's no benefit to it. You might as well just use the Phoenix Down strategy. Now you're dead for real. It's death for the undead. You're going to end up in that weird room in Beetlejuice, the TKO, whatever that is. And 2 black magic spheres. Which are very useful. As I said, like, ooh, there's a treasure chest. I knew there was, like, something. The rematch. So I think that's, like, a Waka weapon that has, I think, a counter attack on it. Something like that, anyway. So there's the other treasure chest. And I think the reason I always psych myself up here about like missing treasure chests is that I always, and there's the Avenger, which I'm pretty sure is just another like counter attack weapon, so it's really, I don't really care about them, even though they can be useful. The thing is, like, I don't like counter attacking generally because I like to be able to control exactly what everyone is doing and when, and counter attacking is just a bit unpredictable for me. And I think this game, the way you play it, it is all about kind of strategizing with the turns, who's going to take their turn when, and who's going to attack when, and who's going to do which attack. It's very much geared towards that, rather than the active time system, which is more about dealing damage as quickly as possible. So I generally don't like counter-attacking. But somehow I have got it ingrained in my brain that this, here in this area with Waka, Tidus, and Riku, which is actually very short, you get like the equipment that gives Riku the chemist ability, because there is like, it's around this part of the game and I can never remember exactly where it is, and I always imagine that it's in this area, so that's why I'm always paranoid about missing out on it, because it's like one of the most important things, well, not important things, but it's crazy once you do get it.